Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, December 14, 2022. Government is now close to island-wide rollout of the National Identification System, NIDS, with the first phase officially launched yesterday. NIDS is a secure way of verifying an individual's identity. It will establish a reliable database of all Jamaican citizens and will involve the issuance of a unique lifelong national identification number to every person. Prime Minister Andrew Holness officially launched the technical pilot for NIDS at Jamaica Post Central Sorting Office, where the Card Personalization Center was also opened.
We are this close to rolling out nationally across Jamaica. This is where we will have the technical pilot rollout, after which we will commence a national rollout all across Jamaica.
This technical pilot phase of the program will involve a select number of Jamaicans going through the enrollment process over the next 3 months. Project Director Dr. Warren Vernon says this is to test drive all the processes and subsystems of the NIDS in a controlled environment.
We will review every piece of feedback, so we're encouraging the public to participate to optimize the system in preparation for national rollout.
In parallel, Prime Minister Holness says work is proceeding to establish the National Identification and Registration Authority, NIRA, which will manage the NIDS. While reiterating that NIDS is a voluntary enrollment system, he stresses that a framework has been put in place to protect the data collected under the system.
We have embedded into law serious consequences for data breaches. Most importantly, however, the NIDS is subject to the Data Protection Act.
As another security measure, individuals must give permission for their identity to be verified, and the system has built-in mechanisms to ensure that identity verification is detected and shared with the data owner for transparency. Spaces within various post offices are being modernized and transformed into enrollment centers. 24 will be established across the island. Motorists, including public passenger vehicle PPV operators, are getting a reprieve ahead of the implementation of the new Road Traffic Act in February 2023. On December 12, Cabinet gave definitive instructions to render all demerit points and tickets accrued up to February 1, 2018 null. Legislative steps will be taken to ensure these are not transitioned to the Road Traffic Act 2018. As for tickets accrued after February 1, 2018, those demerit points will be expunged, provided that they are paid before February 1, 2023. A statement from the Office of the Prime Minister says the decision was taken after wide-ranging deliberations and consultations with various government agencies and departments. It recognizes the overwhelming public demand for effective implementation of the Road Traffic Act 2018 and a transparent and accountable traffic ticket management system, as well as the concerns of well-thinking members of the public and all law-abiding owners and operators of motor vehicles. According to the statement from Jamaica House, once the new law and traffic ticket management system take effect February 1, 2023, there will be greater efficiency with a fully digitized process. In the meantime, the Chief Justice has advised that the Corporate Area Traffic Court has implemented new sittings to include night and Saturday court to accommodate an increase in persons wishing to clear their outstanding tickets. In other news, the Ministry of Education and Youth has officially relaunched the reintroduction of civics curriculum in Jamaican schools. This is intended to re-socialize students in terms of civility, self-respect, authority figures, and institutions. Portfolio Minister Fable Williams says the program will also emphasize citizenship, respect for national symbols, national heroes, and icons, all of which are important for cultural integrity and nation building.
We must note, however, that civics education takes place in a cultural context. We must teach our students about their history, where they're coming from, and where they intend to go.
She was speaking during yesterday's launch of the program at the Ministry of Education office in Kingston. President of the Jamaica Association of Principals and Secondary Schools, Linvern Wright, has lauded the new civics curriculum, calling it a difference maker in Jamaica's education system.
I think this curriculum is a challenge to ensure that the context within which we have to teach it is something that is congruent with what is best for our young people coming up.
In other education news, Minister Fable Williams says the ministry is committed to ensuring greater inclusion of children with disabilities. She was speaking at a recent virtual forum dubbed Embracing the Disabilities Act Towards Inclusion. The forum was hosted by the ministry as part of activities for Disabilities Awareness Week. Mrs. Williams reiterated that no child should be denied enrollment in school because of a disability. In support of this, she reveals that more than 424 trained special education teachers have been employed to assist students. In addition, the Jamaica Teaching Council Bill will aim to ensure that all teachers are exposed to some amount of special education training in order to create an environment of greater understanding of students with disabilities. Chairman of the Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities, Colin Abanks, adds that all measures will be put in place to guarantee that the necessary support required for persons with disabilities are provided to ensure their education is effectively facilitated in the least restrictive environment. And finally, 3,000 trees will be planted on lands along Lady Musgrave and East Kings House roads in St. Andrew. Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Senator Matthew Samuda, says the initiative supports plans to relocate some trees that will be affected by the expansion of the roadways, expected to take place over the next 12 to 18 months.
The government of Jamaica, in its supplementary estimates, has approved the funding for us to buy the equipment that allows us to remove and relocate trees with particular root structures. And that procurement exercise will indeed get underway in a matter of weeks, Mr. Henry. So that's a major victory for us, and it shows that the government is investing in maintaining the trees that we do have.
Minister Samuda was addressing the inaugural staging of the Forestry Department's National Forestry Conference, held recently at the Jamaica Conference Center in downtown Kingston. The work, which is set to begin ahead of Christmas, is part of government's broader push to increase the country's forest cover under the National Tree Planting Initiative. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.